Whenever I check the news, I get a lot of these messages about political stuff. I decided to cool it with some of my political commentary. And I will say this to those of you like myself who seem to have a lot to say. Well, you know what, folks? Now it's time to do something about it. History repeats itself. There's a mega billionaire class that is feeding a fascist system throughout the world, not just our country. It's producing wage slavery. It's making the corporation more powerful. You go down the street where you used to be able to buy a screwdriver or some cleaning supplies at your local store. Now it's all one or two choices that you have. And those stores now employ most of the people. And it's changed the way our country is able to sustain income inequality. Now they want to take away the health care for the needy. The salaries of the CEOs are 90 times more than the regular employee and the worker. And after a year or two, they just replace them with someone else instead of giving them a raise. Now, what the kings and dictators and tyrants of the past used to do is keep their enemies as close as possible. They would try to rein them in to keep an eye on them. It wasn't so much their enemies, but they would try to rein in the most wealthy people to sort of manipulate them and keep them close. And that's exactly what this administration has done. And unbeknownst to these mega billionaires, they've become trapped into their own corporation, their own identity as such, and they refuse to relinquish their wealth or share it. And that's where democracy comes to play, and that's where we, the people, need to rise up and do something about that. You can't just have a small group of people controlling all the wealth and then making up the rules and telling people how it should be, just because they invented something or their business happened to fill a niche or their inherited wealth was redistributed and reinvested in their family. It's just not fair. It's just not right. And these folks, if just a couple of them in one room, could write a check to every American family for $50,000 a month for life until we built an AI program that would produce boundless free clean energy and enact universal solar energy legislation. You'd be able to then provide free food and shelter, medicine for the entire planet. And when I see people on the news talking about stuff, and even people who are very well educated and articulate, like Senator Elizabeth Warren, I say to myself, well, these people are talking about what's going on, but they don't have a plan of what to do. And, it's a really sad day when you think about it. It may take another year or so until things really come to fruition with what's happening. Because right now it's just the status quo. You have the haves, the have-nots. The wealthy are getting wealthier. And I've seen it firsthand. 1 out of 10 neighborhoods is just building a bigger house, bigger garden, making addition on their house and ordering stuff all day. While the rest of the people are struggling. And if you were into goods and services, you made a lot of money. If you were able to go to college and graduate and become a doctor or a lawyer, or at least obtain a master's or PhD, then you're not struggling. Everybody has had the same opportunity in life. And what I can do about it is auction off some of the beautiful artwork here and hopefully put myself into a position where I can do something about it. Whenever I see other human beings who are in their 80s, I can't help saying to myself, well, how come my My parents would have been in their 80s now. How come they're not here? And why? Why? Why people were jealous of my family. And thanks a lot to those of you who are friends with my parents who purchased some artwork, who showed their support, who helped out when I was taking care of my father. But I feel like people look at life as if it's some kind of merit based on what you've accomplished financially with your money, as opposed to what you've done and created.